So I just don't understand. Like, why did they make Fat Chocobo if the Super Famicom could handle all of your inventory? Like, what was the point?
It was funny. Or fun?
I mean, the music was cool, I guess. Oh, whoa, the folks are here.
Hey, folks! Welcome back to Crimson
folks.
Diamond. I'm Zerfall.
I'm MysteriousJG. I wasn't trying to body shame Fat Chocobo, but anyway, it's taking the crumpled papers out of the waste paper basket here.
Yeah, I looked at the hint book just because I wanted to make sure we weren't missing anything before we left this chapter. Right. And it turns out she was lying to us this whole time about these papers.
Who is she?
Uncrumple paper. Look paper.
Crumple. There's some crumpled papers you retrieved. They're not that crumpled.
Ooh.
First, the papers look blank, but upon closer examination, you can see faint indentations in them. Oh, this is great. So you can take like a pencil and you can like lightly rub on them to find out what's written there, and it turns out it's a picture of a penis. You've seen them.
Papers.
You've seen Big Lebowski, right? Or maybe not. Ah, powder in the crumpled papers reveals some handwritten indentations. Also, a picture of a penis.
That was just for
Big Lebowski. After darkening the indentations, you can read most of the writing on the crumpled papers.
It's clear Albert wrote on papers that were on top of these ones, not thinking anyone would be able to detect these faint marks. The first page is a mineralogical report written by Albert declaring his opinion that the area around Crimson is rich with diamonds. Wait a minute. The second page is another mineralogical report written by Albert, and this one says the area of Crimson has no diamonds at all. The report I found in Corvus's satchel is the same one that can be seen in the first crumpled page, which does make sense. It would work out in Nessa's favor if the land was rich with diamonds and she'd be inheriting it. I obtained this last will and testament from Corvus's satchel that says Mr. Richards bequeathed his land and his possessions to his sister Nessa. The document was prepared and signed by Corvus with Nessa as his witness, but Mr. Richards has yet to sign it, and now he's missing. I don't like the look of this at all. I hid in the canoe in the boathouse and heard Nathan talking about buying a mineralogical report from Albert. I'm sure Mr. Richards, Nathan, and Jack would prefer things stay as they are here in Crimson. So that version of the mineralogical report was written, concluding no diamonds, and Nathan paid Mr. Respa to write it. Which version of the report is true, and why would Mr. Respa make two versions in the first place?
All right.
And we're going to remember to dust everything just so we can.
Paper casing the dynamite. It's very oily, faint oily marks, but its surface is too absorbent.
It was worth a try.
Your idea is valid. You're valid. You're loved, player. Suit slips off the bullet's smooth metal casing. It's a silver bullet and it's smooth.
That was a good thought.
I love you. I like the spirit of this. Like, you know, there's somebody out there who's like just hanging on. Like, life is not giving them anything that makes it worthwhile, and they're playing this game, and it's keeping them in the world of the living. And I applaud the makers of this game for being so positive. You achieved the padlock, taking care not to close it.
I don't have the key after all.
Oh wow, okay, that's a thing I wouldn't have thought to do. Still clings the fingerprints on the surface of the padlock.
Aha!
Examine prints. Lift them if necessary. Padlock's still in very good condition. It appears to have spent most of its life indoors, attached to a blue trunk, possibly in this very closet. You've revealed a fingerprint. Close examining the fingerprint you've revealed on the padlock, you realize that it belongs to Albert! Padlock looks even sturdier up close.
I bet this thing would secure just about anything.
Zerfall, if you got Albert in a chest?
I better let him out.
Damn, you let me do it. Careful application of the soot reveals a clear fingerprint of the ticket stub.
Oh, this looks like Albert's fingerprint. I'm not surprised, but it ensures he can be connected to this particular item.
It'd be funny if it turns out that's Kimmy's fingerprint and they've been planning against you this whole time. Yes, that's right. Albert told me to befriend you and to get you very tired so they could steal your kit. We knew well in advance that you would be coming and you were some kind of like whiz-bang female mineralogist.
Can we dust the tape and the brooch?
The brooch is far too fancy to be affected by soot.
What type of tape was it? Because I think I have 2 types of tape. Oh, no. It knows that the telegraph is the telegraph tape.
My office authorized to send you $5,000. Yeah. Some powdery soot onto the ruby brooch. You're shocked to discover not one, but 2 clear fingerprints.
And we're very shocked not to find ours. Especially since we were scratching on things. Examine.
You buy the rich, much coveted pigeon blood, deep red hue of the ruby mounted in the brooch. Thanks to your loop, you detect faint rutile inclusions.
The gem is eye clean. That means the inclusions aren't visible to the naked eye. The inclusions are also called silk. They try to make it sound good.
You revealed 2 clear fingerprints on the ruby cabron. That's not what that word is. You compare them to the fingerprints you've obtained from everyone in the lodge.
One of these fingerprints belongs to Margot, which comes as no surprise. She admitted to stealing Nessa's brooch. The other fingerprint belongs to Jack!
What?
That is surprising. I was expecting it to be Nessa's. I should ask him about this.
Of course, I'll end up telling Nathan about it while I'm trying to tell Jack about it. Those 2 are inseparable.
I was not expecting that to actually be anything other than just the 2 of them.
Is that paint cans down there? Or what is that in the foreground?
You don't feel the need to
No
paint
need
anything.
to paint anything. Okay. Paint cans hold red and purple paint.
Get purple.
Deep purple.
Can't use purple in this game. Oh, these are all open. I know who opened them.
Well, the one time a character closed the door, we were like, oh no, we're locked in. Oh, wait. Do you want to go outside?
Hopefully there's no murderers about. Oh, hey, we came to the right side so that we wouldn't be seen.
I don't know. Would the other side have worked? There's doors. Well, whatever. What's this? The double doors have been thrown wide open. You can see Ranger Murdoch and Jack inside the carriage house. They look nonplussed.
Jack, what's going on?
Why did I reveal myself? The automobile's gone, Nancy.
I can see that.
Someone must have picked the lock on the driver's side drawer and made off with it.
I think Albert's stolen the automobile.
A rumbling in your tummy.
Is that thunder?
It's a delicate sound.
Don't you hear that thunder?
Nope, that's Nathan. He went and got his automobile. Tell me what you know on the way. Time's a wasting. You should have spent that time dusting them fingerprints on stuff that you knew who already had it.
Let's absolutely go. Right. Yes. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze and a bumpy ride. It's actually Evan's father's old car. I've managed to keep it running decently well, though the shocks are pretty stiff.
Hey, can I come along? How come I'm not part of the story anymore?
Decently well.
What?
It'll be fine, Nancy. Just hang on tight.
I know you're just a girl, but please try not to get panicked now. Whoa, I love his driving glasses. Or maybe I'm imagining it. You all pile into Nathan's automobile and head for the mine. And like Kimi wakens in the night, it's like, what happened? Everyone I'd known is gone. I'm trapped in this mansion by myself. Mr. Cardinal, I'm sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances. I understand your reluctance to be involved with the authority. It's entirely justified.
Evan's in danger. I'll help my friend. We can figure out the rest later.
I will safeguard you from any consequences of going off reservation. I promise.
Let's deal with that later.
But I'll take care of you and shut up.
I think Albert's stolen the automobile.
You do? What makes you think so, Nancy?
Well, let me get this dynamite out of my pocket. You thought it was something else? Albert's luggage is gone and his room is a mess. It looks like he left in a hurry. Albert had so much
My
luggage.
theory is that your friend Kimi murdered him and hid the body. I'm really off.
Albert had so much luggage.
Please continue reading.
Jack said it was very heavy.
It sure would.
There's no way he could have handled all that luggage himself unless he took the automobile. I think he's driving it to Sue Locke to destroy it. I stumbled upon a confrontation between Albert and Kimmy. He was furious with her. It was such a bewildering encounter. Kimmy had a map with Sue Locke circled. I think it had something to do with Albert leaving so suddenly. He must have thought she was onto his sabotage plan. But Simmy told me she was interested in seeing Sue Locke as a tourist.
Kimmy, you mean?
He's not a Belgian mineralogist at all. He's a German spy.
Oh, wait, when did we figure that out? Oh, man, I'm so fucking far behind. Okay.
And his name might be Carl L. The K in the Carl is what tips me off.
Carl L. as in Lieberschnitzel? Where did you hear that news? Name?
I found this telegraph tape and a stick of dynamite in Albert's room. I mean Carl's room.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a bullet and blasting cap in the blue trunk where he was storing some of his things. I think Carl is highly knowledgeable about explosives, armed and dangerous.
Fantastic detective work, Nancy, although I don't understand the part about how he's a spy. He might just be some guy named Carl.
Well, he did have a monocle.
Yeah, that's true. Man, can you imagine if we'd known he was German this whole time? Oh, we could have done the German voice. You could have made him German Obama! It's not too late. I need to notify the appropriate authorities and follow up this imminent threat.
Oh, also, I think Albert's got a gun. Albert's got a gun.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
He's been storing bullets in the blue trunk. And he's knowledgeable with explosives, which I mentioned. He was storing the blasting caps and dynamite separately. Can you believe it?
Thank you, Nancy. Now, please tell this to Jack.
I think you're dealing with a professional saboteur. One that's armed and dangerous.
Oh, saboteur, that's one of my least favorite classes to deal with in Final Fantasy XIII. I got it. I'll keep all of that in mind when we confront him, Nancy. Thank you. Now, please tell Jack, and then tell Nathan separately.
Please be careful.
I'm in love with you. I will. I'll tell you how it goes when we meet again in heaven. Mr. Cardinal, Mr. Carmichael, would you please drop me off at the train station? I can send an urgent telegram for reinforcements.
Oh, well, he's got no.
We'll have rangers at Sue Locke's as soon as possible.
Of course, but first, to the Garnet Mines. They're closer.
No, shut up. I mean, good idea. Telegrams travel faster than any automobile. Albert will take some hours to arrive at his destination.
Whoop.
But if it's a German car... Nathan stops his automobile as close to the Garnet Mine as he dares. The ground is rugged, and any roads leading to and from the area have fallen into disrepair many years ago. A bit of stealth is imperative as well. It wouldn't do for Nessa and Corvus to be alerted to your presence. The consequences for Evan could be dire. And then the real twist is that Margot is still alive and was faked her death and is part of this plan. You and Jack watch Nathan turn the automobile around to head for the distant train station. It's all up to you now, for some reason. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigative technique.
The mine entrance has been blasted shut. This can't be where Nessa took Corvus, and Corvus took Evan. Oh no, my theory's wrong.
Nancy, wait a minute.
Grab that shovel, let's go.
This is the closest entrance to the mine. They were on foot. Not to mention, this is fresh rubble. It's Pebbles, not Barney. Because he's fresh. Most likely they did use this entrance, but it collapsed. The entire entrance collapsed after them. Abandoned mines are dangerous places. We have to be careful. Chapter 6, Confrontations.
So how are we going to get in?
Don't know, but I'm going to grab that shovel and start digging.
But I want to.
Too bad I don't have any dynamite.
Well, we have dynamite, and there appears to be the other blasting cap portions here. But maybe we can set it off without killing him.
Rubble at the mine entrance using his hands.
I've got to help Jack with this. Oh, we got to ask him about that. I'm going to ask him before we do anything else because it's so not important.
Calm down. Yeah. Your reaction to ooh, it's got...
Yep.
It's like, ooh, we got a thing that we can do. 50 save slot maximum reserve, remember. Yeah, I was telling you from video 1. I hope nothing happens with that 50 save slot maximum, but would you listen? No.
Look, Jack, I found Nessa's brooch.
Don't care. I mean, well, how do you like that? You're pretty good at finding things, Nancy. How about you find our way into this cave?
You want to know what else I found, Jack? Your fingerprint on Nessa's ruby brooch. Can you think of any reason why I'd find that?
A lot of people got my fingerprints. Okay. Help Margot hide the brooch. It was the least I could do, seeing as Nessa probably killed her. Nessa probably murdered Margot, right? Or at least poisoned her. That's what you figure, right?
Oh, I wonder, there's got to be like so many different types of dialogue you can have based on what you've actually discovered and said to people. Also, can we talk about how there's like a little smirky face on his butt right now?
I'm not seeing it. Oh, wait, maybe.
There's like...
Okay.
Oh, I can't do my cursor right now, but there's like 2 eyes and like a little smile for the butt. Now,
I understand what's happening here. Now, and I know that ever since we played that Cthulhu in the Navy game, that great scene at the museum with that sweet ass on our protagonist, we've been looking for butts of that quality. I don't think we're going to find him. I think that was the magnum opus of puzzle game butts. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I think.
Well, but he helped her steal it and hide it while she was alive, and then he's like, "That's the least I could do because Nessa murdered her."
Maybe he did it after her death. He like swiped it out of her cold, dead hand.
Margot was telling me that Nessa had it out for her. She didn't tell me why she thought so. But it was easy to see, wasn't it? Nessa thought Margot would get the lodge and land instead of her. So yeah, when Margot came to me to help her hide the brooch, I did just that. I couldn't hide it in my room because Albert's using it. Couldn't hide it in the room I'm sharing with Corvus, too risky. So I hid the brooch in Margot's giant closet, reached up high into her hats and pinned it inside one of them. Margot couldn't have reached up there. She was even shorter than you, and you're short.
How did she? Well, Corvus, she had to get help with all hats.
And Corvus couldn't reach there. His pants were too damp. We were going to sell it and use the money to help with the lodge's upkeep. So Nessa could at least indirectly help fund that, something she should have been doing anyway.
Oh, wow. He's like, she was living there rent-free. I had to freaking do work all day.
But now Margot's dead, Evan's missing, and Nessa and Corvus are right in the middle of all of it. Things are coming apart. I don't see how much point in anything anymore. You keep it. You found it fair and square. I'm going to go kill myself. Bye. Oh, pay your way through school or something. Make something good come of all this.
Okay, Jack, I'll hold on to it for now.
I was about to say, I don't deserve happiness. Don't worry about staying with me or anything. But like, oh, never mind. No, you are just going to run off with the treasure. Great.
It's my brooch now. I can scratch it all I want. Whoops.
You don't have that right now. What the hell?
All right, I'm not allowed to go anywhere else, eh? Because I guess there's a chance that you can get here without the dynamite. Maybe not, though.
There's also a plunger right there.
Yep. Let's just look.
The abandoned garden bed looks dark and desolate in the moonlight. Debris and forgotten equipment litter the area. The rubble is completely obstructing the entrance.
This rubble does look fresh. It tastes fresh too. It could be the
fresh.
It could be that Nessa and Corvus did enter the mine from here.
The rubble pinched your butt. You see.
It's getting fresh. Jack is here.
Jay's here. Yeah.
Can we climb? Nope.
Piles of rubble surround the buried entrance of the mine. You can see an old discarded plunger detonator amongst the debris. There's a reel of wire near some bushes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're meant to...
I wonder if I can figure out a faster way to clear this rubble.
Disclaimer. The developers of this game assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in any process depicted, particularly dangerous ones involving explosives. Do not attempt anything in this game in real life. Do not walk up to the edge of water. Take the plunger.
I wonder if I can figure out a faster way to clear the rubble. Now that I have a plunger, detonator, wire, blasting caps, and a stick of dynamite, wonder if I could rig up this to blast the mine entrance open. Look tree.
Solitary soldier pine stands guard of the abandoned mine entrance.
Ah, the Lone Pine Mines. I remember them being called the Twin Pine Mines, but... Okay.
Twin Peaks.
Use
my power.
Alright. Okay.
Use isn't used in this game.
In...
Jack's ass. You carefully insert the blasting cap into the dynamite. I think you got to connect that to the spool of wire.
Put wire in cap.
Stick the end of the wire into the blasting cap, which has been inserted into the dynamite.
Wire.
You want to probably put...
Plunger.
Full effect.
Put.
I think you need to actually put the dynamite at the entrance to the cave. You need to cut the wire for the reel before you can insert it into the plunger.
Cut wire. I'm all set. I just need to cut the wire from the reel and insert the cut end into the plunger detonator.
I have wire cutters right now, and you don't see any here. You do have, like, fucking diamonds.
I wonder where I could get a pair of wire cutters. I'm so close. Whoops, I meant to say note. Obtain pair of wire cutters. Ask about wire cutters. You wouldn't happen to have any wire cutters, Jack?
I do, actually.
Perfect,
Keep one of them
borrow those?
Leatherman tools everywhere. Sure thing.
That's kind of funny.
Here you go, Nancy. Wire cutters. I've also got chainsaw gasoline.
I was incredibly sure that we just left the wire cutters behind and we were going to have to find another way in or something.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't think this game would do that. Use the wire cutters. You snip the wire from the reel. We probably want to save at some point. Insert the wire into the plunger.
Explosive is rigged. Time to set it off.
Did we bother to put the dynamite at the entrance of the mine?
Here goes. Oh, man. There we go. Perfect.
Well, they were completely intact. Maybe step back a wee bit.
Oh, their shoes are still there.
I wonder if there's a separate game over where you don't tell Jack what you're doing, because he has made no note of this.
Whoops.
You can't use dynamine.
Jack, I'm ready to set the explosive charge.
Got it, Nancy. Give me a second. I want to continue my
We should have
futile
asked
digging.
him about the explosives and stuff first. I will.
Ready, and then you blow yourself up without blowing up Jack. You carefully place the big dynamite close to the rubble.
Okay, we're all set.
You're gonna die again.
I know, but Jack's not going to this time.
Okay.
Okay, here goes.
Nancy?
Maybe take a wee step back.
A wee step back.
Okay. Ask about dynamite.
Aaron. Dynamite can seem pretty scary, but unless you're extremely incautious, it's unlikely it would explode on its own. Plastic caps are needed to set off dynamite. You have to stick them right in the end. Not to mention a charge from a plunger detonator needs to be sent to the cap through a detonating cord. That being said, I wouldn't be all that comfortable walking around with a stick of dynamite in my pocket. Hey, Nancy.
Right.
Is that a stick of dynamite in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I think we just have to move plunger once we get it down.
That there's a plunger detonator, sometimes called a blasting machine. Once you got a bunch of dynamite with the blasting cap inserted in it, you detach the cap to the plunger with a special wire called detonating cord. Pushing down on the plunger creates an electric charge. Gets sent down the wire to the dynamite. Blasting cap gets set off, which in turn sets off the dynamite. I was a miner. Pa was a miner. He dealt with that stuff all the time. Hey, wasn't your dad
just,
also
like-
into explosives? We got so much in common. Please love me forever. Now you keep that. You're the hero, man, not me. Shoot.
All right, we're ready to place the charge. I think we just
Give
have to
me a
move the
second.
plunger.
Ready. I think all you have to do is just walk back.
Well, we have to take the plunger with us, right? Because
We didn't set the plunger down.
the plunger's down there, man. That's why I
Okay,
decided
I
to do it. Look.
Oh, you're right. All right, so get plunger. I hope we don't find out that we cut the wire too short. Where would you like to take the
plunger to rock. That's when we trip and set it off anyway.
Wah, 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 because we're not wearing the right shoes. We didn't get Kimmy's shoes before we left.
I've taken the plunger and placed it out of harm's way. Fortunately, the wire's long enough. Close call. Whoops.
Or doters. That would not benefit from closer examination.
Okay, boom.
Here goes nothing that works. Boom goes the dynamite. And you killed Evans. Wah, wah, wah. That was a bit anticlimactic.
That was a bit anticlimactic. Well, it was only one stick of dynamite after all. Just enough to fling someone into a river.
Yeah, one stick can only do so much. Oh well, guess the game's soft lock now.
Enter the mine.
Bop, 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 bop.
All
Mine
right, folks.
pit,
When we
what?
come back, we're going to be entering the mine. Actually, we should...
The
before we go,
mines of Moria. Speak friend, then enter.
let's just ask about the mine first in case there's something important.
This mine entrance was blasted shut decades ago, but some of this rubble looked fresh. Not a dangerous enough place at the best of times, but an abandoned mine at night, there's probably spooky ghosts. Bad people possibly lurking inside. This doesn't look good, Nancy.
I do want to say this is my prediction for what happens. We go into the mine, it recollapses even more behind us as the rubble shifts. And then the word wizard shows up and he's like, "Sparrow cat." And you're like, CAT, and he's like, "Brrrr." And then you got to find 5 diamonds on 4 different levels before you can get out of the cave of the word wizard.
Am I supposed to know what you're referencing? Probably am. Good night, folks.
Bye.